All right, we're back in the glass bead game. I'm reading George Berkeley's Three Dialogues between Hylas and Philonous. This is the second part. I've jumped ahead to page 96 now. Philonous, I deny that I agree with you in those notions that led to skepticism. You indeed said the reality of sensible things consisted in an absolute existence out of the minds of spirits or distinct from being perceived. And pursuant to this notion of reality, you are obliged to deny sensible things any real existence. That is, according to your own definition, you profess yourself a skeptic. But I neither said nor thought the reality of sensible things was to be defined after that manner. To me it is evident, for the reasons you allow of, that sensible things cannot exist otherwise than in a mind or a spirit, from which I conclude, not that they have no real existence, but that, seeing they depend on my thought and have an existence distinct from being perceived by me, there must be some other mind in which they exist. As sure, therefore, as the sensible world really exists, so sure there is an infinite omnipresent spirit who contains and supports it. Hylas. What? This is no more than I and all Christians hold. No, and all others too, who believe there is a God, and that he knows and comprehends all things. Philonous. Yes, but here lies the difference. Men commonly believe that all things are known or perceived by God because they believe the being of a God, whereas I, on the other side, immediately and necessarily conclude the being of a God, because all sensible things must be perceived by him. Hylas. But so long as we all believe the same thing, what does it matter how we come by that belief? Philonous. But neither do we agree in the same opinion. For philosophers, though they acknowledge all corporeal beings to be perceived by God, yet they attribute to them an absolute subsistence distinct from their being perceived by any mind whatever, which I do not. Besides, is there no difference between saying there is a God, therefore he perceives all things, and saying sensible things do really exist? And if they really exist, they are necessarily perceived by an infinite mind. Therefore, there is an infinite mind or God. This furnishes you with a direct and immediate demonstration from a most evident principle of the being of a God. So that was the second part, of just random spot that I picked of George Berkeley, Three Dialogues between Hylas and Philonous.